Jury shining so bright. Yo, yo. All right, we got a slight echo, but we in the building. The streets are sold. All right. All right. So let me get the card cam together. So for those who coming in, sorry about the technical difficulty. Um I don't know if I'm being banned, or I don't know if I'm being shadow banned, or I don't know if it's the 1% thing. I don't know if it was something that I said earlier on my live from a few hours ago. I don't know what's going on, but I don't have any technical difficulties, so I don't know what's what. Um, so if y'all want to, okay, I see you, Nabrisha. If y'all want, y'all can hit that link that I posted and y'all can come up. Y'all don't have to show y'all face. But if y'all want, y'all can definitely hit the link and show some love. All right. So I think we was on Ruby. I think we was on Ruby. So hopefully Ruby make it over here. Well, if you hit the link, it won't matter because you'll be up here hearing me live. We'll be able to talk to each other live. So like like when I give you your reading, like we can, you know what I'm saying? We'll be here. You don't have to be on the YouTube. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to come up here, but like I said, if you want to come up and talk, and the only thing is that everybody gonna be able to hear your voice, not just me. All right, so I need the cam, but I don't. All right, so how can I get this to do what I wanted to do? Because I don't want to. They always do this. All right. So let me get this camera together. Camera switch. Let me switch the camera around. Back camera. All right. Boom. Let me go back. All right. So let me add the quad cam up here. Add the stage. All right. Breach.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up?
What's up with it? What's up, shout it?
But waiting on everybody else to get in, right?
Yeah. We was on Ruby. I hate hearing my voice. All right, let me turn this down. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So we waiting on Miss Ruby to pull up. But you see how Yvette was in the chat and I was like, yeah, Yvette, I'm psychic, right?
Right.
And then I was like, watch this. I'm about to get a donation.
And
And
she
then
sent it.
my boy Jay Farrow pulled up and donated to the channel.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Dang.
bragging. Yeah, so what? I'm bragging.
You Aggie.
No, that's crazy though. And then as soon as I started talking about it, like soon as I was about to be like, thank you, Jay Farrow, for the donation. I don't know why it went out though. Like my mic is working. Ha 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 ha. Like my mic is working because
Y'all can hear this, right?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear this too. So
all these little sound effects and stuff, I can hear it. But I don't know what it was, man, to be honest with you. All right. So how can I can't remember how to do this. I just want to have this one on the solo. There we go. All right. So we still got my girl uh what's her name? Who is this? Nabrisha. We still got Nabrisha in the chat, but we waiting on Harmony. I don't think she gonna come.
She might come.
Pharaoh. I mean not Pharaoh, but my dude, what's his name? Oh man, he donated and then I don't want him to not to get his reading.
Um, my
And he
mind is
donated at
so
60.
heavy.
Your mind is heavy.
Yes.
So do you mind us doing this on live?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So all right, there go Jay Dooley. All right, so we got Jay Dooley. So while we waiting on I keep hearing my voice so echo so many times. All right, so while we waiting on my girl, what was it whatever her name is, Ruby. Um, so we're gonna spend about 5 minutes and wait on Ruby. So while we waiting on Ruby, we gonna talk to Nabrisha. All right. So
Okay.
Nabrisha, you gonna get like a free little session with me. All right. So
Okay.
all right.
So
So what's going on, Brisha?
I want to. Okay. I just want to know a quick answer. I don't want you to. Um. It was a friend guy I was very close with, and
What
some
do you mean by
things.
close? Was y'all humping? Did you sit on his face? Like
No, we was not humping. Like, no, no, no,
okay.
no. That's
All
not
right.
the type of party.
All right. So y'all was cool. Like what? Y'all go out and get drinks, or was he gay?
We
Like I
was
need to
just
know.
getting no, 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 not
Okay.
gay. Like
All right.
we was just getting close. Like we was like, but it's like he had a girlfriend, well, ex that moved, and she ended up coming back from New York City to South Carolina, well, to North Carolina. That's where he stayed. So
Mm-hmm.
somehow that's when our friendship kind of corrupt. It's like we was slowly, I think, we was getting to know each other, but then again, I don't know. His attention was different, so I don't think it really mattered if she was in the picture or not. But I don't know. I was just getting weird feelings. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so what's the question?
I want to know what was Charles' energy towards me.
At what point?
Um, can we do the somewhat the beginning and somewhat at the end? Like, kind of mix it up a little bit.
Oh, so these types of questions I'm not gonna pull tarot for a few
Okay.
different reasons because I can pull tarot for like the energy around the situation, but I feel like you already either you already know or I feel like you already know, right? And so maybe let's just say if whatever you was feeling, the feeling was mutual, right? Let's say that. But for whatever reason, she came back, whether they just friends and he just helping her out for a hard time or whatever, that might not be a situation that you just want to deal with, right? And
Yeah.
so with that being said, I think the best thing to do is to move on because
Yeah.
even if they don't have that, even if he say that they don't have the what you call them, um my question to you is that it doesn't matter what he feel or what
Yeah.
he felt, because what matters is what are you willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with.
Yeah. That's
And are you going to be okay with y'all living separately, right? You in South Carolina, he in North Carolina, and I don't like what's the distance? What's the commute to like
we're
for y'all to
not
drive?
really distant. We're like an hour away from each kind
Okay,
of
so are you
distance.
going to be okay
No, I'm
with
not.
your mate being an hour away with some in-house poom poom that's already broken in just for his fitting?
No,
All right.
absolutely not. And
Okay,
I already
so
know the reason why he didn't. I already know all the reason why he didn't, you know, say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and try. Is because, like, I'm a strong person. I don't go for anything. And I got my guard up. Like, I feel like I work hard for everything I got. Like, I'm willing to meet someone halfway, but I'm not willing to take care of me. So it's like, I kind of understand why he did what he had to do.
and why is that? Because he needed somebody to help him with the bills
No, I'm gonna be
and
honest.
breadwinner.
I feel like I don't know what's going on in their relationship, but by me, the outside looking in, I can see like he getting away with a lot. And when you dating a real woman, it's like, no, we're not doing
All right.
this.
So wait, because you're using a bunch of big words. And you just throwing big words at me, okay?
Yeah,
So first thing first, when you said you willing to meet somebody halfway, but you work hard for everything
I
that
do.
you
I work
got.
hard. What I'm saying is
Hear
like,
me out. Oh, go
okay, go
ahead,
ahead.
explain.
What I'm saying is like, I understand why he probably was like, hey, I'm gonna pick her because she'll deal with me. Like, she'll listen to me, rather I'm treating her wrong or right. She'll listen. Like, she'll do what I tell her to do, rather I'm saying something wrong, or rather I cheated the night before, I could still come home.
So so my question is, what's the relevance between you dealing with bullshit and you paying bills? What's the
He looking
connection?
for somebody. From what I talked to this man, like, we didn't had conversations, and that's probably why, one of the reasons why we haven't really got that far, because I felt like he wants to be with somebody with money. Like, that's one of the
For
reasons.
what purpose?
like it's just everything about him is about money. Like it's just money. Period. You got the willing to take him. He looking for somebody that can, I guess, pay his bills, which is car payment. That's all he has. And give him money. He told me the last time I talked to him, he said his ex gave him $1,000, which I don't think that's true. Like I doubt that. But I know me in my right mind, I'm not even gonna give a man that much. Like, but
Okay,
I,
so
yeah.
go ahead, go finish that statement. I
But
got
what I'm
another
saying
question
is,
for you.
I understand why he did what he did because he knew when he come over here, it wasn't, you know, I wasn't gonna let but so much stuff slide.
So what's your definition of a real woman? Because you made that statement.
A real woman is she take care of her household and she take care of her husband and she take care of her and
So
she
you using big words again. So what does take care mean?
take care is me like of your man or just taking care of you
You
or
the one using the word. So you using these big
you.
words, but then you using them with different meanings. So in order for me
I'm
to get
not
to know
using
you
them
and to help
different
you,
meanings. I'm saying you take a woman is supposed to take care of her household, right? Take care of her
then
house,
what
take
does
care
that
of her.
mean? Because the same way you take care of your household ain't gonna be the same way you take care of yourself, right? You don't sweep and mop yourself. I mean, you do get in the
No,
shower. I hope. No, just playing. But no,
right?
like I'm just joking. But no, in all seriousness though, like when you say take care of your household, take care of your man, right? Take care of
Yeah,
yourself, etc. Like in your definition, what does take care of mean with in these different
it's
fashions
just
of life?
being responsible. Being responsible, like
Okay.
you know, it's all about it's all of being a woman of your word and being responsible, like holding things down. Like, are you able to do this without a man or with a man?
So do you feel like you need a man?
I don't feel like I need a man, but I am like getting to a certain age and it's like, okay,
You don't want to die alone.
it's not that. It's like it's just like God, I gotta
You
do
don't want
this
one
and
night
that.
stands.
I had one when I had a one night stand. I had one yesterday. Yesterday. I didn't like it. I don't think it's for me. I'm gonna be honest.
So you like relationships. You like monogamy. You
Yeah, I
like
think I
commitment.
tried to do the one
Are you?
it
I got a question. Are you bisexual?
kinda.
Okay, but do you see yourself going long term with a man, or do you see yourself being long term with a woman as well?
With a
What's your
man,
preference?
not a woman.
Okay, so let me tell you something. That's an absolute fallacy to say you don't need a man because you want a long-term relationship and your preference is a man, so you need a man to make that dream come true. And so that's why I'm challenging you or asking you about the words that you using,
Right.
right? Because if it's something that you want, right, you can block that manifestation by having conflicting ideas, right? I
Right.
don't need a man, right? But indeed, you do need a man, right? Because you want a long term relationship. You want that monogamy. You want that one on one.
Yeah.
You just said, and I respect you for your honesty. You just said that you did your thing. You know what I'm saying recently, and it didn't feel right. So you need a man to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that you are helpless and hopeless and you can't think for yourself, you can't make decisions for yourself, you can't make money for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all of those things ain't necessarily true, but only thing I'm saying is that we just gotta make sure that we using the correct words for our reality and not using those catch terms that we see on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. You understand what I'm saying? Because like they saying in the chat, it's a real thing about independent women but is one thing to be independent, but a lot of times people use that independent thing to cover up some wounds that hasn't scarred over yet. And the thing is that we want to heal those wounds as good as possible so they won't actually turn into ugly scars. Right?
Right.
We gonna take some TLC and we gonna take some soapy water. We gonna take some peroxide. We gonna take some neosporin. Right? We're not just gonna keep covering up these wounds with band-aids, meaning these big catchphrase terms and all of
I
that stuff
just
that
I just don't understand if he was in a relationship or whatever it was.
uh-huh.
Why was you on the phone with me? That I just don't
But
understand.
but you
Like I
said she
don't
moved out, right?
who
You said his ex moved out, then she moved back.
she was in New York City and she moved back.
So how long was she there while y'all was
I don't
getting to
even
know each other?
know. I know we was talking for a little minute. We was just like we basically was like good friends. Like we can
How
relate
long
to
have
each
y'all
other.
known each other?
5 months.
And how long have y'all been like seeing each other?
We saw each other like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was for the first time.
Yeah, that was the first time.
No, did he get the snack pack?
He wanted to, but he didn't. He didn't say anything. He didn't push the issue.
Mm, I don't like women like that because if you want to moisturize my beard, I need you to say something.
It's
You know what
not
I'm saying?
that. It's like
Yeah, but you
I don't
said
want to
basically you
ruin.
saying it. No,
I
you
don't
say
want
he
to
ain't pushed
ruin.
the
No,
issue.
listen,
That means
listen.
that he had
I
it in
don't
the
want to
palm of
ruin a
his
good
hand and he
friendship.
dropped it.
No,
I don't want to hear that,
he was
man.
being
You just said he
respectful.
ain't pushed the issue. He was
Yeah, he
respectful.
didn't. He wanted to, but he was just like, okay, I'm not used to a woman like this. I'm used. He's probably used to women coming at him. You know what I'm saying? Some
So
men,
what
they
he
like,
had to do? Just kiss you on your neck a little bit, then the panties would have fell off.
no, it's just he's a good guy friend. Because I feel like for one, we can relate to each other because we both been going
Hmm.
through some stuff. We both had anxiety and all that. And I thought like, we both listened to each other and talked to each other, but I didn't really see no sexual contact with him.
But if he would have pushed the issue, he would have got the panties.
No, he
Oh,
wouldn't, because he asked me on the phone one day and I said absolutely not.
yeah, but when y'all was kicking it, you said that he didn't push the issue.
He didn't
So
push it, but he probably was thinking about it, but he
so
never
that
came.
means that he didn't make the first move.
No, he didn't. Cause I
Right.
guess,
So the
yeah.
panties was his and he ain't take the check to the bank in time.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Right. So again, we gotta be mindful of the words that we use, right?
It's not
And
that.
and then the reason
Like,
why I'm saying that is because it's going to help us create when we take our time and we really focus in on what's really going on. We're
yeah.
going to be able to again open up those doors for the life that we really want to live. Go ahead.
And I think that's probably what kind of like make him not be so close to me because I'm assuming that women's that he been with, it for him to be close to them, it has to be sexual contacts. But with me, I'm like, no, you have to spend some time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So, what's the longest you ever been celibate?
it's been 2 years since I've been celibate.
Before the dude that you just
Yeah, yeah. Before that,
2 years, and that's the longest you ever been
yeah,
celibate.
yep.
Was there any particular reason why?
It was because I had not too long just got over the situation with my relationship with that guy. So it was like I really didn't even want to be in a relationship at the time because I was just like, okay, let me just focus on me, let me pour into me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to be one of those type of people that damn, she just got out of a relationship and she dating somebody new already.
And who
So
would say that? Let me ask you a question. Who would say, "Dang, she dating somebody new already"?
People. It's people looks,
Who is
watch,
people that you
see,
talk about?
people in general.
Okay, one thing I want you to focus on is that can't nobody tell you when your healing is done. It's only up to you to decide when your healing is done. I
Yeah.
can't tell you when to heal and how to heal. I just got to encourage you to heal. Now, if you want some advice on what I have used or what I know to work, then that's cool. But it's
Uh,
up to you to consider that. So forget what those other people think at the end
yeah.
of the day. Like, do you live in a house? Do you live in like apartments or what's going on with the living situation?
I stay in an apartment.
No,
I'm doing
okay.
f- yeah. I'm just like I just don't know like what it is so special about him. Like most dudes, if we don't work out or we got a little distant, I'm like, all right, whatever. But with him, it was like he was a very like special friend to me. But
Maybe have you ever had somebody where you talked to for 4 months, 5 months before y'all actually seen each other?
no, most guys I already done we didn't seen each other, we done had a little conversation, but I never had a person that we sit on the phone and we have long discussions about everything, the news, everything.
Hmm. And 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 so has your perspective changed? Cause how old are you again? 31 or is that
Yeah,
the
I'm
other
31
person?
this year.
All right. So have you had a recent change in perspective as far as
Yes.
relationships? And what was it? Like, did you not care
It's
about
just
relationships and now
because
you do,
I
or
cared about it. You talking about the time when I was dealing with him or after?
just you in your life? What's up, Winnie? Welcome back.
Me and my life, I'm gonna have to say like I was just relaxing, I was chilling, I wasn't pushing the issue with anything, and I was just letting everything come to me.
Okay. And so did that strategy effective for you?
With him,
No, in general, as far as letting people come to you. I'm speaking big time,
no,
big
it
picture.
didn't. It just makes me feel like this person really do, like this person really do, like me. I don't have to be like, hey, when they come to me, I just feel like, okay, they're interested. Let's see how this go.
I don't like let's see how this go. I like being intentional with our dating, right? We're not
Okay.
dating out of convenience. We're not dating with let's just see how it go because if you got a vision on how you want your life to live, if you got a vision on the way you want to live your life, I'm sorry, then you need to be very intentional. You need to have
Uh-huh.
very clear boundaries. So like I always tell people whenever I'm like counseling people, coaching people, et cetera, is the first thing first before you move on to the next person. And I want to touch back on that thing you said about what's so significant about this person, but just remind you.
Yeah.
But like the first thing first is you got to be a whole half, right? That's the first
Yeah.
rule of getting into a relationship is being a whole half, right? And so when you hear whole half, what do you think that mean? And I'm going, ain't no right or wrong. I just normally I
A
don't do this.
whole half is like basically like you got to be like a half of a person. Like that person gotta have like half of your energy. You gotta have half of their energy, something like that.
Okay, very good, very well. Okay, so we on the same page. Okay, so when I break down the whole half, what I mean, in addition to what you said, is that you gotta know yourself, right? And what I mean by know
Uh-huh.
yourself is it possible you can turn the phone down just a little bit because I keep hearing my voice coming back. Uh, I don't hear it now. I don't know if you get. I don't know whatever you did, but that's cool right there. So So being a whole half, first thing first is you got to know your likes and dislikes, right?
Okay.
You that's very very important when it come down to being a potential mate for somebody, right? Knowing
Okay.
who you are, and knowing what you like, what you don't like, et cetera, et cetera. So, for example, right, being a whole half is being able to know who you are on a day-to-day basis, right? So what I mean is that moving forward, right? Let's just say you live
Yeah.
in South Carolina now. Maybe you might want to move to Florida one day.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't like cooking. Maybe you don't want to have kids. Maybe you want to move to Africa. Maybe you want to open up a car lot. Maybe you don't like taking out trash. Maybe you don't believe in whooping your kids. Like you need to figure out who Nabrisha is going to be on a day in, day out basis. Nabrisha like to go to bed at 9 a.m. Or 9 p.m. Nabrisha likes to eat tacos on Tuesday. Nabrisha likes to go out and I don't know, go to the strip club and tip her friend that's a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know exactly who Nabrisha is, what she stand for, what she like, what she don't like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like if you don't know yourself, then you can't be in a successful relationship, right?
Right.
So
You're right.
so then the other half of being a whole half, right? And just in general, remember a whole half doesn't mean you got to have all your shit together right here, right now, as we speak. But that means that you got to at least have an idea and a plan to become that person that you want to be. Like I said, if you want to move to Africa or shit like that, like the everyday life that because you got to think the person that you want to be with is going to be the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So it
Yeah.
ain't no let's just see how it goes because you'll either be changing yourself for them or they'll be changing themselves for you. And either way it go, one person isn't going to be happy. So another
Yeah.
thing too
You're
in
right.
being a whole another thing too in being a whole half is understanding what do you want in a mate. Like I said, let's just say Nabrisha don't like cooking, right? Well, let's just say Nabrisha doesn't like cooking and I don't know what's a boy's name. LeBron don't like cooking, right? So that's something that's very important, right? Because if you not cooking and he not cooking, either y'all gonna be eating some unhealthy foods all the time because y'all always gonna be ordering out. So that means y'all gonna be not saving money. Y'all gonna be ordering door. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to
Yeah.
order DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people overlook some of these very small things, right? Like, um, what's your religion? What do you believe in? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's these everyday things that we got to sit down and know about ourselves, and then know listen. And I hate to get sidetracked, but I feel passionate on what I'm saying. Who is this Striker? What's up, Striker? What's up? What's going on? Hold on, let me get a Striker. Let me give Striker a kiss. I miss you. Come here, give me a hug. Everybody, welcome Striker back to the channel. Yeah, 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 yeah. My Charleston White voice. But it's very important. I forgot what I was saying, man. But it's very important for you to know who you are. And then it's another oh, we oftentimes we date out of convenience, right? Oftentimes we date out of first come, first serve. I oftentimes we date based off of proximity, right? You live in the projects, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just using I don't know if you live in the projects in Abrisha, but I'm just saying, for example, you know what I'm saying? And maybe one day, you got dreams of owning a house one day. Right. So the thing is that you can't be dating a nigga that say, "Oh, I'm a project nigga, and that's all I'm ever gonna be." Right? Because then you basically, when you buy your house, basically you just gonna be adopting a wild hood nigga and trying to tame him and try to train him, right? And then it's just not gonna work. Cause then like either he gonna be running back to the hood or he gonna bring the hood to your house. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just important to have compatibility, man. That's very important. And I think that's what you were starting to see with that person, which was compatibility, right? Because I
Yeah.
know me, I was a freak, right? All thing you had to do was just look at me and you could slut me out. You know what I'm saying?
What?
That's I'm not gonna lie. I used to, but that come from me not having a love, unconditional love from my mother. That come from me not having a male figure that told me that I needed to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? So there's reasons why I was a slut. I wasn't just a slut because I thought I was a player. No, I was a slut because I was looking for love. I was looking for unconditional love that I never received growing up. I didn't have no self-respect. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But that's a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah.
like for me, right? In order for me you to be my friend, the only thing was you just had to be nice to me. And we had to have at least one thing in common. That was it. But now as a 34-year-old man, I realize that what that person do when they not around me still affects me, even though I'm not there. What that person does in they spare time is still relevant because that's who that person is. Just because we can chill, play the game, and watch sports and drink beer together, that's cool to a certain degree. But if you at home beating your wife and kids and all of that stuff, and you know what, I can't just say, oh well, he killed people for a living. He do drills for $500, or he doing bake scams, or you know what I'm saying. He don't do it around me, so it don't matter. No, 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 no. Compatibility is very important, especially when you're talking about friends and when you're talking about romantic.
Yeah.
Big hugs from
Yeah,
downtown.
that's what I
Great
was
to meet
feeling
you.
though. I think I knew that that wasn't gonna last for, I think it was
But
just
why
for,
did you say that? Why did you know?
because like after a while, in the beginning, it was like we was cool, like we was locked in, but then after a while, you know I felt like I started to see who he really were. uh, I didn't judge it, I didn't say, hey, but I started to see like what type of women's he liked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still your friend, but it's like, yeah, I don't want to lay down with something like this. I mean, he
So
cool,
what's the
but
point of even being his friend then?
I'm his friend because we have good conversation. That don't mean I have to lay in the bed with him or
But just
agree
be,
to
but
everything
my
he
thing is
does.
that he was a once a potential romantic partner, right? So he
Yeah.
can never really truly be your friend. And this is one thing that women got to realize: if a dude like
How?
you
We've been
was
friends for
ever
five
attracted to you, he
months.
can never ever really be your friend for real.
So what
Because
you're
deep
trying to
down
say
inside,
is
he
the
just
whole
gonna be
time
waiting
we
for
was
the taco.
friends. So the whole time me and him was talking,
What?
you're trying to say that
So
wasn't no friendship.
so what was the intention behind y'all talking? It was romantic
Nothing. It was
intentions,
just
right?
conversating because we both was
No,
going.
you thought maybe that this person could possibly be a potential mate. He was looking at you as a potential mate, right or wrong.
I don't know what
What was y'all talking for?
I
What was
don't
y'all
know what
talking
he
for?
was thinking. I'm everywhere. Like I'm confused with
But
him.
you smart though.
Yeah, I'm very smart and I actually spiritual. I think I got a little gift, but with
So again, what was the point of y'all talking if it
we
wasn't
was
for?
just good friends. We listened to each other.
How did y'all
Everybody
meet?
gotta have that
How
one
did y'all
friend.
meet?
We met on Bigo.
Y'all met on Bigo. So what you was doing? You was going live or he was going live?
He was going live, and I went on his
Mm-hmm.
live stream. I did not like it because it was just they do trolling and stuff like that. I was like, okay, and that's when he was telling me where he was from and stuff, and we all was just joking on the panel. We was having a good time. We was just balling, and then he came to my panel. And I was like, oh, well, we don't do no troll. It was just basically friend stuff. Like, I was like, oh, we don't do no trolling over here. So it was
What
just
is that
basically
trolling? What do you mean by trolling?
trolling is like where you do like a little box and you talk to different people on the live, like other people on the other live channels, and you troll them.
Mm. Okay. All
So,
right. I got you. I just
so
wanted to make
yeah,
sure we was on the
but
same
I don't
page.
really do that. They do that. I don't too
So
fast.
so who made the move? Did you make the move on him to,
He,
say, "Hey, call me," or he made the move on you?
I asked him because I was no. What happened was I was trying to get to. It was something going around. He can. I'm being honest. He can be a little messy, but we was trying to go on this girl live because she was like spreading all kind of rumors, doing all this crazy stuff. So we was
About
just
one of y'all?
yeah. So we was well. We see that's what I'm saying. We was good friends. Like so, he was like, "Come to her panel so we can get her." So I'm like, I couldn't get in touch with him because I was trying to reach him and ask him, you're gonna have to invite me to her live. So he gave me his number so I can get in touch with him. And that's when I called him and I said, where the live at and stuff. So that's when I went on the live and then I said what I said and then that's when we left and then after that, um we started like I think we started talking on the phone, but it was nothing sexual. It was just casual. We were just basically talking about the panels and stuff. Like never went nowhere.
Okay, that's cool. Yo, Jay Dooley, are you still in the chat, Dooley?
That's why I said I was like, this was like my good friend. Like this wasn't like no
Okay.
friend that was like I was like, hey, I gotta watch my friend walk away.
No, you had some. You deep down inside, you was hoping that this could be the one, and the sooner the sooner that you able to admit that, the faster you're going to be able to move on. And again, I don't
Yeah.
think that it's going to be appropriate for y'all to be quote unquote friends because you, even though y'all didn't have a commitment or whatever like that, y'all being separated created a wound, and you can't tell me it didn't because you here asking me to pull cards on somebody that's living with another woman.
He
So
he
that so
I don't know. He
you
living.
sitting here asking me how did he feel about me, and did the
No,
woman change?
I had wanted to know was he still like was I still in his energy? But that was it. Like I ain't gonna stress.
What does that mean? Still in his energy?
Like basically, like does he still think about me? Like
What do you think?
I don't know. That's a good question.
What do you hope?
I just hope we could be good friends. Like, but I just don't want. I don't. I just want him to come to me and be honest with me. But I do
But
miss
if
us
you
being
can't,
good friends, trolling and stuff.
if you can't deal with him living with his quote unquote ex, then you need to just go ahead and throw all of it away, including the friends.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's a big caveat. So this goes into the other thing that I was talking about, which is are you no, so after you figure out the compatibility thing, right? The next
Yeah.
thing is to figure out your intentions, right? So to be able to move with intentions, be open and honest when you meet a guy about your intentions. No more, let's just see how it go.
Yeah.
It's I'm single and I want it all. I don't want a half a mate, right? I don't want a third of a mate. I don't want a fourth of a mate. I want a whole half because I'm coming to the table as a whole half. I might not be perfect. I might still be working on my credit. I might still be working on my depression. I still
Yeah.
might be working out, losing weight, or whatever.
I
Whatever
just
perfection look like for you. Go ahead.
I just don't understand like if he was in a situation, if he is
Okay, well. You
what's the
trying to
point of him
understand? Wait, I got to stop you right there, and I
okay,
hate to do this, but I got to
go
stop you.
ahead.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because you got to be able to control that impulse of wandering, right? The brain is
Okay.
made to make sense of the sensory, the brain is made to make sense of the information that we take in. But
Okay.
remember, all of this information that you're trying to categorize, does he like me? Did he fall for me? Is there still a chance between us? All this other stuff, all of that shit is irrelevant because at least for right here, right now, he's living with another woman and you don't want it. There go Ruby. Ruby finally back. All right. Whenever you start to have those thoughts of I wonder what if, you gotta I wonder what if I can meet somebody that I'm not going to have to go through these problems with.
Okay. All right.
So the next step after you do the healing with yourself, right? Get back in tune with yourself, right? Um, whatever it is that you want to do for yourself, save up money, move to a house, work out, eat better, read a book. What do people do? Watch a show. Whatever
Yeah.
these goals that you have for yourself, get back in tune with those goals. And whenever your mind start to drift off back to married man from an hour away, then you got to reconnect to the vision, right? Not the memory, right? Because the memory can look like a vision, but it's going to be separate. The vision is going to be what we're creating moving forward. The memory is going to be what was created in the past.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So after you get back in tune with yourself and you understand what you want out of a relationship, you understand what I'm saying? The next thing is that you gotta know what you want in and out of a partner. That's very important. Compatible, like I said before, we're not going to be dating first come, first serve. We're not going to be dating, oh, let's maybe see. He got some potential, right? Because you can take potential at Build a Bear and you can put all of these nice little glasses and a hat on the bear and put a little motorcycle vest on him and all of this stuff, some cool shoes. But you can then when it come time to put the energy into the bear, it could leak out through the other side.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So all this time while you trying to stuff this bear, the stuffing is falling out right on the other side and you don't even notice it. And why is that? Because you're not really in tune with the vision. You're trying to make something fit into the vision. And I'm sorry, man. Anybody who tell y'all love, oh, everybody go through problems. And listen, man, love is not supposed to hurt unless you miss the person. That's the only time love's supposed to hurt. Relationships is not supposed to be hard work. I repeat, relationships is not supposed to be
Right.
hard work. Your relationship is going to be hard work because you're not compatible with the person. So you're going to be forcing a puzzle piece from a different puzzle to fit in a picture that don't fit. It might be similar in shape, it might be similar in color, but it's not the puzzle piece for that
Right.
puzzle. You understand what I'm saying? So so we got to get back to what's up, Janice. We gonna get back to the readings in a second. So Miss Ruby, this card was for you, Miss Ruby. Before the thank you, Dooley. Before before the last live shut down, which was crazy. That card was for you, Miss Ruby. So we were just blowing a little bit of time, and doing a little bit of healing while we get back to it, to the readings. Oh, Miss Ruby been in the chat. My bad. She been here for a few minutes actually. Okay, I didn't notice that. She been here for like 4 or 5 minutes. My bad, Ruby. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, this your card right here, which is the Six of Cups. Okay. So back to you real fast before I get back to the readings. So you get in tune with yourself, right? Because compatibility is the number one most important thing when going into a relationship. Compatibility is key. If you don't have compatibility, then somebody's going to be miserable for the rest of their life. Whether because it's always going to be an extra sacrifice that's not necessary. right? Either you're going to be sacrificing something within yourself to make that person happy, or they're going to be sacrificing something within themselves to make you happy. And I hope I said that right. But
Right.
either way it goes, somebody is not going to truly be happy. So I hope you writing this down. If not, text me, email me, whatever, and we can go over this stuff again. But compatibility is so important. We don't know how many. I even did it myself. I've done it before where I took a one night stand and turned it into a 2 year relationship. Right? I got the taco and then I got to know the person. And to a certain degree, I can see why the books say no sex till marriage. Because if a woman isn't always, hopping from foot long to foot long, and if a man isn't hopping from taco to taco, then when you finally get some action, it's gonna be the greatest thing in the world. But when you don't never give yourself time to heal and let that energy build up, then you always gonna be looking for a bigger cup to drink because you just gonna get thirstier and thirstier and thirstier. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like for a person, let's just say if you got married at 16 and then you turn 25 and you get a divorce, the next person that you have sex with is going to be the greatest person in the world. Why? Because you only know one sausage. So when you get another sausage that's going to have a different move, a different shape, a different size, a different speed, all of this other stuff, it's going to rock your world. It ain't the fact that that sausage is the greatest sausage. It's just going to be the fact that it's different from the sausage that you used to. You understand what I'm saying? And that goes for every facet of life. You know what I'm saying? So after you get that compatibility down pat, right? You get a vision of what you want, who you want your mate to be, right? You get a vision of who you're going to be in the future, right? The next thing is have clear intentions and clear boundaries. Hi, my name is Nabrisha. I'm 31 and I want to get married, or I want a monogamous relationship. I want to have kids within the next 5 years. I want to be able to move to Africa. I'm working on getting a 730 credit score. Um, whatever that vision of Nabrisha is, that's got to be front and center. I don't believe in putting on the front in the beginning when I first meet somebody and then try to introduce them to who I am later on, because they're going to get used to the front that you put on. That just like always wearing makeup, and then when he see you without no makeup, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna be exactly who I am, and I'm gonna be the person, and I am going to let you know who I want to be in the future right there from the beginning. So it ain't no mystery about if this person is the right one for me, because we already going to lay it out on the line. Like when you when you hire somebody for a job, or when you being hired for a job, they don't hire you and then tell you what you're going to be doing, right? They don't say I'm looking for somebody, and then after you get hired, they say, okay, so we're going to put you on register. No, when you go before you sometimes when you first put in the application, there's going to be a job description. So when we build in these relationships, man, we got to have clear intentions and clear boundaries. I'm not if I hire you to, and I'm not saying that it's a well, we gotta when we starting off a relationship, we gotta take notes from the business world, right? If I welcome you into my life as my man, I will not deal with this, and I want to manifest this in my life. If you can't match what I want to manifest, and if you want to violate my boundaries, then I don't have nothing for you. And it ain't no, all right, well, he don't necessarily do things that I don't like, but no, it's both. We gotta have the same intentions, and you gotta respect my boundaries. So you need to be able to present those things to a potential mate, right? When they
Okay.
tell you, when you get hired for a job, they tell you what? All right, so we're gonna hire you for this. We're gonna train you for 2 weeks, and then you're gonna have a 30-day probationary period. At any given time, we can let you go because we have reserved the right to do so. Blah blah skip, blah blah skip, blah blah skip. Okay, we're gonna do a background check. You got to pee in a cup. Blase skip, blase skip. You understand what I'm saying? We don't do that when it come down to relationships. We don't do that. We just, like I said, I'm a victim of that, where we took a one night stand and then turned it into a relationship where we didn't take time to get to know each other. Or, we have I meet you one day and then 6 days later I'm laid up in a cooter cat, and then next thing you know, we live together. No, we don't talk about division. We don't talk about the goal. We don't talk about boundaries. We just happy at the fact that we got somebody right here and right now. And I'm sorry, but it's people on this planet who's making plans for their great grandchildren. So we can at least make plans for the next 50 years. I don't see why we can't. But again, like I said earlier, we get so stuck on relationship goal hashtag and what they doing on YouTube, and Jennifer Lopez got divorced again, and men versus women. I can't be in my femininity because he's not masculine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get sucked into all of these ideas because we looking for something. And so we look for any and so we gravitate towards anything that resembles what we look or what we want. But we gotta put in some work, man. We gotta put in some work. Let me see what's going on in the chat real fast. You got a big heart, chakra fee. Your trolls love you. Ha. I love the trolls too, baby. All right. No, you didn't miss your read. All right. Entirely lovely name, Miss Ruby J. Nicely said. Hello, everyone. I don't know what I said, but thank you for the compliment. Great advice. Shout out to Dooley. Um, Foundations is very important. Yes, Striker. Foundations is very important. Reasons why knowing thyself is so important. Yes, it is. Loving thyself is detrimental. And that means not allowing yourself to settle for someone who is not healing or refuses to heal. Intentions. All right. Yeah, you can get a read. Yeah. So what happened was that we had a read going earlier, and then for some reason, somehow, some way, I lost audio. Like, I haven't gotten the email. I haven't checked in a few minutes, but I haven't gotten the email, or I haven't gotten like any warnings or anything from YouTube. So I don't know, because normally, like, if it's a problem with your live or something like that, normally they'll send you an email like, "Hey, you violated this policy," and blah, they skip. So I don't know what happened with that other live. I don't got no notifications. I lost a subscriber too. But yeah, so I don't know what happened to that other live. So we wind up just switching over here to StreamYard, and we just been chopping it up. So if y'all don't know, we got the lovely Nabrisha. Shout out to the lovely Nabrisha. Shout out to her. She's been very open, very honest, very brave, very receptive to the boy King Fee, King of the Tarot. And I like that. I really like that. And before I move forward, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, Nabrisha, write them down, or whatever you got to do. But I am going to get a few readings done, and then we can get back to you in a moment. But yeah, just take a second to marinate. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in a few minutes. All right. So, I almost pulled this card. Okay. So she said, "What's under the Six of Cups? Great discussion. Transparency is key. Mercury retrograde start November 25th." Okay, so we have an affirmation card that I have been using for the Scorpio season. So I pulled this on the first day of Scorpio season. So pretty soon we are going to switch to a new affirmation card. Okay. So what this affirmation card is, it says, "Today I will see the possibilities. Today anything is possible. My heart is open to any and all possibilities." Do me a favor, Nabrisha, please. If you don't mind, can you mute up for a little bit, just because I can hear myself, and to me I sound like this, and I don't like that. Yeah, my own voice is annoying sometimes to me. All right. But yeah, so this is the affirmation that we have, that we're using as a collective, okay? And the reason why I want to put the emphasis on using it as the collective, because just like when you go to church and you hold hands and pray, how energy is transferred, well, by us using this affirmation, right? We charge the affirmation, and then the affirmation charges us. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a few different ways I recommend people using this affirmation. The number one way is just create 3, 4, 5 alarms in your phone, right? So everybody got a morning alarm, right? So instead of just having morning alarm or whatever it is, customize the title of that alarm and just put this affirmation in there that says, "Today I will see the possibilities," right? What better way to um I don't know if you guys familiar with neuroplasticity, right? But what better way to grow and strengthen your brain cells by the first thing you do in the morning is reciting a positive affirmation, right? So besides that, right, you can make you can get a piece of paper folded up in fours or sixes, or even if you got a sticky note, whatever, right? All right, but what you could do is take these affirmations, man, and write them down and just post them, right? Say if you do DoorDash, or say if you got pickup and drop offs that you do every day, right? Why not put these why not put this affirmation on your steering wheel? Or let's just say, you watch, the evening news and you watch Jeopardy and whatever every night, right? Why not have this affirmation posted on your TV? Let's just say you got a very stressful job, right? You might work the register, or you might work a computer of some sort, right? Why not have this affirmation there, right? Even if you're not actively seeing it, you're still gonna, even though you're not consciously recognizing the affirmation, you're still going to be priming your subconscious, because your subconscious is always taking in information, right? Like if you look straight ahead, right, there's going to be a million different things that's in your eyesight, but you're not focused on it because it has no relevance, because consciously it don't have any relevance to you, right? But because you're focused on what's straight ahead, right? So if I told you to look down, right, you can see what's in front of you, you can see what's to the side of you, but so say for example I told you to look at your toes, right? You're going to see everything that's within a few inches or a few feet around your toes, but the thing is that I told you to focus on your toes, so your conscious is only going to be focused on your toes, but that doesn't mean that your subconscious isn't taking in information, okay? So that's why Drake said, I put my name, what would he say? I put my name on the something for subtle reminders, whatever he said, right? So the thing is that we just want to remind the brain that we are in control. Okay, that we are in control, all right? So that's that affirmation card, okay? So the 6 of cups, right? So first thing first, we look at the 6. The 6 is all about like harmony. You said what? Yeah, shout out, I would love to be in her seat. Take all the life advice I can get. Well, pull up on your boy, man. So yeah, so coaching sessions, like what's similar to what's going on with me and Nabrisha. Oh, Nabrisha stepped down. Why did you leave, Nabrisha? So coaching sessions like what me and Nabrisha was doing, man. I give you your first session for $5, okay? And then the next three after that is going to be $25 a piece, okay? And I recommend people book 4 sessions in advance. And the reason why I say that is because when you're doing coaching sessions and you building a new you and you healing the old you and all of that stuff, it doesn't happen overnight, right? It doesn't happen overnight. So it's very important to have some consistency, because we work together and then you do the work on your own. You come back, you give me progress report, We build on top of that, and then you go build on top of what we built on together. So it's like a back and forth thing that we got to do to really become that person, or to really get on the path that we want to get on. Okay, so it's going to be very, very key. All right. But yeah, Nabrisha, you didn't have to step down. I just wanted you to mute your mic. All right. But maybe she like, man, I had enough of his shit. But or maybe she had diarrhea. I don't know. Nabrisha, are you still there, or you had diarrhea or something? Anyways, all right. So the six is all about harmony. Um, the six is all about like creating like positive new memories. Um, what else? What else can be associated with the six? Lord have mercy. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me find something in my phone real fast. Okay, it ain't there. So what about if I search this? Okay. Yeah, so the six is about creating good memories, creating like harmony, peace, etc. Right? And then when you look at the cups is represents the water element. I'm getting tired, y'all. I'm sorry. So the cups represents the water element, right? Okay, she said this is for me. Yes, this is for you. Host people's ideas, plans, childhood memories, past life connections. Yeah. So the six of cups, the cups represents the water element, right? So to help you stay in tune with the water element, right? Whether it's this reading or future readings, the key to the water element is the phrase that's associated with the water element is I feel. Okay. So if you so the six is all about tapping into the nostalgic feeling, or maybe you might have a person. I'm feeling like you might meet a person, or you might have a person that's going to remind you of some times that you kind of missed in the past. Sometimes this might be a cause. Yeah, I thank you for the donation, Pharaoh. I got you on the reading. I ain't gonna bounce on you like that. But yeah, as soon as I started talking about the donation, Pharaoh, my live went crazy. So let me finish this, and I must tell you a story, Pharaoh. But yeah, so again, like I said, I feel intuitively for you as an individual that you might be either you might be dealing with somebody, or you might be meeting somebody new. And it don't have to be romantic, but if you open to romance, then maybe it is romantic, but you might just be meeting somebody or engaging in some activities that's going to remind you of a more simpler, more happier time, right? Sometimes if you're not currently dealing with nobody that reminds you of a happier time, then maybe you can reach out to like friends and family that you haven't talked to in a long time and reminisce about some of the good times. And maybe you might want to consider like y'all connecting and maybe going out for lunch or something like that. But in closing, before I move on, like I said, the six of cups is going to be um is being able to tap into the nostalgia feeling, being able to tap into that happiness feeling, being able to really, really have good memories without any negativity, right? We're not worried about the election. We're not worried about, whatever's going on in the news and whatever, whatever. I had no devices. Oh, my bad, bro. I'm tired, man. My bad if I keep calling you Pharaoh, man. Bro, you keep calling me Pharaoh. You sound like you mad about that. No, I'm just playing. My bad, Jay Dooley, man. My bad. Sometimes these cards, sometimes I don't even be tired. Sometimes these cards be doing something to me, man. It's just something about these cards. Sometimes I just be like, oh. All right. But yeah, Miss Ruby. Like I said, if you haven't met nobody recently, or maybe you might meet somebody soon, but at least until then, you might want to just tap into a time when life was much simpler. Okay, Miss Ruby. Oh, you said what else is associated with your donation to six because you donated six. I got you. Yeah, you did. All right, so Miss Ruby, do you got any questions, comments, or concerns about your card that you got? Yeah, bro. So what happened was that uh it was some chick named Yvette in the chat, right? And I was like, "Yeah, Yvette, did you make some tacos or whatever?" And she was like, "Yeah." What do you mean tacos? I was like, "Nothing. It's a movie reference." So I was like, she was like, "No, it's crazy because I ate tacos earlier. I had two of them." And I was like, "See, I was like, see, I'm psychic. See, I'm psychic." So then I was like, "I'm gonna show you how psychic I am. I'm about to you about to." I said, "I'm about to get $5 donated to the channel." No, I said, "I'm about to get $5 in my cash app." I said that. So then, like 5-10 minutes later, you came in and sent the donation. And then it's like, soon as you said the donation thing, I was like, "See, y'all, I told y'all I'm psychic." And then as soon as I said that, the live just shut down. I swear, as soon as I said that, as soon as you said something, what did you say? You was like, "I'm about to send you some love." And then your next message was something about, I can't remember what you said, Dooley, but your next message said something about donation something. And then as soon as I was like, "See y'all, I told y'all I was psychic," and then y'all couldn't hear me. As soon as I said that, it's like y'all couldn't hear me. So I don't know if it was my energy that shut it down or if it was YouTube that shut me down, or I don't know what happened, but yeah, though, that's crazy. All right, so where my list at? Because I did have a list. So Winnie was after, so it was Ruby, Nabrish, Winnie, Sonya, Rhonda, and Yvette. Well, Yvette was supposed to be before Rhonda, but I haven't seen Rhonda in here. You had tacos at work tonight? That's I mean before work. I wish I had some tacos. But yeah, though, man, that's what's up, man. All right, so Nabrish, are you still here, Nabrish, or did you run? She probably like, "I ain't fucking with this dude. He talked too much." Wendy did come back in the chat, but I think Wendy is gone. All right, so I see we got 5 people in the chat and only Jay Dooley talking. So is there any peeping times that want to read? But I'm gonna go ahead since Jay Dooley he shows some love. So I'm gonna pull Jay Dooley a few cards. All right. All right, Nabrisha. What's up, superstar? What's up, baby boo? All right. What's going on? All right. First thing first for you, Dooley, you got judgment, man. You got the judgment card. So be on the lookout for the number 10, be on the lookout for the number 2, and be on the lookout for the number 20. All right. So the judgment card is a cause for liberation. Okay. And Dooley, you got very strong energy. So I doubt that it's going to be something that's going to give you some freedom. Or maybe, hmm. Dooley, how do you feel? Do you feel? I know you told me a little bit about your story, so I'm feeling something, right? At first, I was thinking maybe you could be liberating others, but I feel like it could be you liberating yourself from something. I feel like maybe. How do you feel about your discipline? Do you feel like you disciplined? Do you feel like you too disciplined? Like I feel like it's going. I feel like it's going to be something going to be loosened up in your life, right? So, but back to what I was saying, while I'm waiting on you to respond, resurrection, right? Freedom, peace, justice, good luck, um, being in tune, getting in tune with yourself, right? Bringing some of the things that you left suppressed back to the forefront, right? Say for example, like you Jay Dooley, like you like gardening or something, right? I feel like whatever has been like pushed off to the side, for whatever reason, right? I feel like it's going to be something that's like I said, at first I was going to say that you was going to be liberating somebody else, or like you was going to be freeing somebody else, and that may very well be true, right? Especially with the work that you do. But I feel like it's going to be something that's you're going to get in touch with yourself, and it's going to loosen the reins, so to speak, within yourself. Okay, for Libra placements. All right. Then you got the Knight of Pentacles. So I wonder if this freedom has to deal with your vision of money. Maybe how do you feel about your job? Are you looking for another job, or are you looking for supplemental income maybe? Um the Knight of Pentacles is all about, well, anytime you see a pentacle, it could be a job offer. So sometimes people closely associate this Knight of Pentacles with like building or like getting a new job offer or something like that. But the advice that comes with the Pentacles is slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So let's see what else we got. The Fool card. Okay. So we got Judgment. Okay. So you got three major arcana cards. This is crazy. All right. I bring judgment and justice to people's lives based on how they treat me and each other. Hmm. There's nothing wrong with that per se. But one thing about matching energy, Jay Dooley, is that sometimes you become the energy that you match. Like sometimes the lines get blurred and then there's no separation, right? So if you become a master healer per se, for lack of a better term, and where you alchemize all energy and then you let them, don't you know how they say kill them all and let God sort them out, right? Well, I don't believe in that. I believe in heal them all and let them sort themselves out, if that makes sense. And I'm freestyling that, but that's the best way I can explain what's flowing through my head right now. Heal them all and let themselves sort each other out. And it's like just got to raise multiple offers on the table for work. I love my current job. Okay, so you got a raise, but you got multiple offers. Are you? What do you mean? You got multiple offers within a company, or is it multiple offers to go to different places? But but so a lot of people always associate some of these cars with like a business opportunity, and to a certain degree, right? It is a business opportunity. But remember me, the way I look at the pinnacles is anything that's valuable on the third dimension, right? And unfortunately money is is the key to getting the things that you want, right? We don't have a bartering system or nothing like that. So hmm, let me see something. So so what I'm feeling between this night in the middle is, well, no, I said you got 3 major arcanas. I'm sorry, you got 2 major arcanas. But this night, okay, all right. So I feel like I don't interfere with free will, focusing on my calling. He's long haul. He's long haul to that tonight. Absolutely does not. I've been at this for years. Wait, what did I miss in the chat? Who's long haul tonight? He's long haul to that night. Oh, no, he's long haul to that night. So more money is always better. And I feel like I feel like these two is together and this one is separate. So I feel like the money might be very good. I feel like the money thing, like you with the job thing and the money thing is going to help you with long term success. But I feel like finding another outlet. I feel like finding another uh how can I say this? Finding another outlet is not what I'm looking for. With this fool card, remember the fool card is the beginning of a journey, right? So when you I feel like these two is close together. They gonna say something to me in a second. Give me a second, Dooley. So when you combine this judgment with this fool card, you got so I feel like with you getting that financial security, I was told last week that my clients and staff love me. I'm starting to budget money better. Yeah, so it seemed like these cards is like confirmation of where you at in your life based off of what you saying, especially with this Knight of Pentacles. I'm seeing long term success with this Knight of Pentacles, but it's something about you welcoming something new into your life. I don't know if it's like I said. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. So maybe you budgeting and you getting that financial security that you need is going to be able to help you relax a little bit and for you to tap back into something else that you love. And now that you're going to have like a refocus or like being reinvigorated, for a lack of better term, it's going to be more freeing, right? You're going to be able to appreciate something, a hobby or something. It's something that you're going to be able to appreciate better because you got some weight lifted off your shoulders, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense because I'm trying to bring it. I'm trying to make it make sense out loud because in my head it's scrambled, but it's just there. So yeah, it's so the judgment might be in you. Like I said, you gaining the financial security and being able to plan for the long haul, and you being comfortable in your job is going to help you open up to welcome, like say for example you was into like doing plants, or you was into like, I don't know, like rescuing dogs or something, whatever the case is. I feel like this strive that you making in the money department and the earth, like your earthly and the like the earthly ram, the earthly chakra, etc. I feel like whatever progress you make in there is going to help you open up to some things that you've been putting on the back burner. And like I said, with this food card, I feel like you're going to be able to smell the roses, so to speak, or be able to enjoy it much better than you was able to enjoy it before. But what it is, I want to know what it is, but I just don't know what it is. Like I said, I feel like it could be a hobby because you already settled in a job. I don't feel like it's love. I feel like it's more or less like a hobby or something. But it's gonna be something that's near and dear to you. Do you do you got a special connection to one of the holidays? Fortune favors the brave and the fool. He's looking over both of the others is a whole package type of energy in my eyes. Highly regarded person. Okay. So it seemed like me and Striker on the same page. Yeah. Do you, for some reason, when I was just looking at these cards, something said holiday. Do you got a special connection with these holidays? Do you like to cook? Is cooking a thing? Maybe not cooking, but it's something around food. Maybe. Do you cook or bake or something like that? Yo, yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Um, is there anybody who all that was still in the chat that want to read it? I know Janice said she wanted to read, and um, I think Janice was a little bit behind. I think Janice live was delayed. So if you're still in the chat, Janice, let me know. I think your live is delayed. I think you was a few minutes behind. Not really love Christmas. Why did you use the terminology loved Christmas? Like to eat turkey and dressing. Do you what do you plan on working through the holidays? What's going on with these holidays, brother? Yeah, I got you. Who else who else wanted to read? And was Janice the only one that was in the chat that wanted to read? You welcome. Yeah, I've been talking to you, Janice. I'm trying to see if it was anybody else who wanted to read and besides Janice. That's what I said. So yes, you do plan on working through it. I that's just why I hate talking through the chat because it just takes so long. Like y'all can hear me instantly, but when y'all send a message, it take a second. It take a minute for me to see the message y'all type. I'm gonna pull another card, but I'm thinking, okay, uh, this so what I was thinking was that if you do plan on working through the holidays, the question is why? Is it because you get or is it do you have any blockages or any pain associated with not having the same people around for the holidays? Like is there a particular reason why you planning on working through the holidays? Well, this devil card, I feel like this devil card is confirming what I was feeling, which was that you might want to consider how you go about navigating this holiday season, if that makes sense. She said, "I don't need to read." My eyes itching. Oh my god. I don't need a read feast. Still celibate, barefoot, and tribal. That's what's up. Yeah, Striker. I don't. Let me see because is. Let me see something real fast about you, Striker. You said you still celibate, barefoot, and tribal. Let me see something. Go to channel. How old is you again, Striker? Sister, Capricorn, and matriarch of the family. All right. So who gonna be the patriarch? Let me go ahead and get Janice whipped up real fast. But yeah, so so the reason why I asked you was you going to work through the holiday season was I wanted to know the whole point was to know why. If you was for some reason I wanted to know why you was going to work through the holiday season, and I wanted to make sure that you working at the holiday season was working through the holiday season was coming from a healthy place. Uh, you know, that's all. Striker, I mean not Striker, but Janice. I'm not even gonna lie, Janice. Like I'm really tired, and for some reason I got the munchies, and I feel like patience is a virtue. I feel like I feel like if you can't respect other people's time, right? Because I like to give everybody their own individual attention. And I would hate for somebody to be typing in the chat the way you're typing. I would hate for somebody to type like that when I'm giving you a reading. Like I wouldn't allow it. Like I just wouldn't allow it. Like I wouldn't allow nobody to be like basically Russian or anything like that. Like obviously I can see the chat because I'm talking directly to the chat. But yeah, man, we just here, man. We just peaceful. That's all, man. So yeah, let me go ahead and see what's going on with who's this Janice, right? Tired of competing. I don't know. Pharaoh, I mean not Pharaoh, Dooley, you don't take me for the competing type. Maybe it's somebody who's competing with you and you just got to ignore it. Do that makes like am I like that's a possibility. Like fuck them. Yeah, but them with that competition thing could be them running from something. Yeah, man. People be running from shit all the time, man. I'll be down here in the chat rambling alone, Janice. Haha. I love Santero. He got mad energy. He's worth the wait. All right. So you got the King of Pentacles. What can I say about this King of Pentacles? Uh the King of Pentacles is a person who is highly accomplished. The King of Pentacles is a person who is very in tune with the environment. The King of Pentacles is a person who is a giver. That judgment, I'm a child of the Most High, and I move with good intentions. Um, hmm. What can I say about that, Dooley? What can I say? What can I say? I mean, I say this with all due respect, but is she fried beyond repair? Like, is she so stuck in the delusion that it's just like either you just play along to get along or you just run as fast as you can? Like, is that where you at with her? All right. So the King of Pentacles, right? So, like I said, the King of Pentacles, first and foremost, is somebody who gives, right? Is a giver. So not only is the giver, how can I say this? Not only do pentacles represent money, but it also represents like time. It represents anything that you can have a value on the third dimension, okay? So the King of Pentacles, right? Him sitting in a garden, a very fruitful garden, represents wealth, success, and of course, by him being the king, it represents wisdom as well, right? So the king is the air element, and then the pentacle is the earth element. So that's where the wealth and the success comes in. That okay. So like I said, you Janice. When you get this King of Pentacles, it begs the question of how can you make life better for those around you? Okay, how can you make life better for those around you? All right. So, what's her name? Nabrisha. Are you still there, Nabrisha? Are you still in the chat? That's tough. That's tough, man. How old is your sister, bro? Where my phone at? I'm tired. I wish I can have just something quick to snack on real fast, but I ain't got nothing. Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, so not only are we dealing with past trauma, but we dealing with mortality too. We having questions of mortality. I get why you say that, man. And you gotta understand, bro, that a lot of people was on the edge, man. A lot of people been on edge all of their life, man. The edge of being broken and not. Dude, that's tough, man. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, my sister, I'm 34. My sister 14 years older than me, but she fried, man. She just like my mother in a lot of ways, just fried. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. I got some theories too, but it's just sad, man. It's just sad because as strong as men are, man, men be going through it. So I could just only imagine what it's like on the other side, dealing with this same shit. A lot of people can't even process some of the shit that some of us process. Yeah, I know, man. We dealing with past trauma. I know. I can feel it, man. I already know what's up, bro. We dealing with past trauma, and then she probably dealing with probably questioning her own mortality, and so she gotta do it up, and she gotta do it big. Do your sister got low self esteem? Like, is she always looking for external validation? Striker, what year is your van, Striker? I said, what year is your van? She's a boss. She's too rigid. Oh, so she operating out of fear. I feel like she operating out of fear, man. Yeah. Don't you got a van? Or am I wrong? Yeah, that fear of motherfucking man. That fear set in, man. Everything shut down. Kidneys, every man, brain, every that fear shut everything down. Kept you rigid. Yeah, yeah, but long story short though, Jay Dooley, man, I'm definitely gonna put some positive energy in the air, man. And if it take overnight, it take overnight. But hopefully, things can get better, man. That's for sure. Cause I know what it's like, man, to be disenfranchised. I know all too well what it's like, and we get sold this dream of family and friends and happiness, but everywhere you look, it ain't nothing like what's being sold. And then if it is what is, if you are getting any benefits of what's being sold, it's gonna be bare minimum, and it's gonna be hard to hold on to it, man. But that's the thing though, because the control doesn't allow peace. Like it's really opposite. Oh. Yeah, Striker, you seem cool, man. You always seemed cool, Striker. Looking for more people, Striker, to hop on the podcast, man. You don't have to show your face, but I definitely wouldn't mind having you up there, man. It is. It's definitely good to have your energy back around. It's nice to see some of the old faces that I started with. I mean, look, it sound like I've been doing this shit for years now, but no, in all seriousness though, it is really really good to get some of the old faces back. Yeah, for sure, Dooley, man. I know what's up, man. It's that fear is a motherfucker, man, and that fear have you paying attention to details that don't even fucking matter. Sad thing is that it's happening all too often. Damn, what can I snack on, man? I don't want no fucking rice cake. I'm cool on the sugar. I've been eating so much sugar. That shit is ridiculous, man. What is something I can just go chew on real fast and be done with it? I just want to chew on something real quick and lay the fuck down. And yeah, and when you do that, you get the real by you going through what you went through, it helped you realize how fragile other people are. And it's like they have many shatter moments, but the thing is that they keep gluing the pieces together instead of saying fuck it, I'm just gonna get a whole new chandelier, I guess, for lack of a better term. I like that. I like that analogy, chandelier. But it's just like a lot of people, you just might as well just let that shit crumble, man. But a lot of people can't because they scared of nothing. And that be the killer part about it, because they really be scared of nothing. For real. They really be scared of nothing. And that's the scary part. Because that and I was watching a podcast earlier that was talking about the mind versus the brain. And it's like that goes to show when you prime the mind or the subconscious and all of that stuff, the brain, man, your belief, your and stuff like this, stuff like what we talking about, me seeing it in my own life, your belief is very important when it come down to your universe or how you view reality, right? Because to me, universe is how I view reality, right? Like the singular, my singular version of reality. That's what I hear when I hear the word universe. Oh, we got a legend. Hold on.
What's good?
The Dule.
What's good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It sounded a little choppy for a second, but I can pretty much hear you though.
All right, then. Let's see. Hold on. How about that, bro? I'm live on your feed.
Oh, you breaking up, man. You know what? If you could try to keep the camera still, then maybe it'll. For some reason, sometimes like when the camera trying to focus, it prioritizes the AI that's built into the site prioritizes the visual over the audio. I don't know why, but
Okay. Is that better?
yeah, yeah, it's better. What's going on, man?
Man, not a whole lot, man. Just maintaining. All these guys are asleep here at this rehab house. We're renovating, man. We're expanding, so they put all the guys in the center, put them at some rental houses.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm at work right now.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But like I said, man, I'm gonna put some positive energy in the universe out there for you and yours, man. Peace, love, health, and wealth for everybody. Because, like I said, man, the stuff that we're going through, man, it happened all too often, man. And just thinking about like my own little moments, like how people say your own tower moments and stuff like that. When you go through a demolition and rebuilding phase, like once you actually go through it, you realize like shit. I was doing more harm than good by holding on to the shit I didn't need to hold on to. But like like I said, man, it really shows how fragile people really are, man. And phew, you just never know. You just never know what people is going through these days, man.
Yeah, I don't hold nothing against my sister. She's intelligent, successful, and ultimately, you know, just since we started talking about it, I'm able to see that she's doing a part in our family that I can't really do, because I'm not going to get in touch with all these people, set up catering services. I don't have the finances for that either, um, to do what she does for these holidays. But it becomes so stressful that it's not any fun. My kids are sitting around,
Mhm.
waiting on pictures to be done at a certain time, and it's not a healthy environment.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. You got to be in the flow with like these holidays and stuff like that, man. There's so much, you know, so much stuff that's associated with it, and a lot of it that's associated with it actually take you out of the moment in which we supposed to be present for. Like you said, the pictures and everything got to be on schedule, and you got to pay all this money for this and that. And at the end of the day, what's really important is, like for example, Thanksgiving. What's really important is what you thankful for. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Not all the bells and whistles of the holiday, but it's the people that's there being in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Is
Absolutely. And it's exhausting for me, and I can see the toll it takes on her too. I love my sister, but there's a lot of unhealed stuff between us, man. I was a lifelong adult drug addict until a couple of years ago, and
Mhm.
I made some choices and mistakes, that really hurt our bond. However, that bond was damaged before then, and I'm trying to work through it, but you know, uh, I can only work through my part. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I can't help her heal her side. One, if she doesn't, in her eyes, doesn't have anything she needs to heal, or two, doesn't want to work on anything on her side.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. You can't do the work for people. And what you said was key earlier, which was, you don't hold no ill will or nothing like that. So I always just tell people like, man, just be there just in case people just need just in case if people bump their head and and they just need somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you can do because like I could see why a lot of my family members gave up on my mother because my mother was an alcoholic. Like she was the
Mm.
youngest out of 9 kids or whatever. And ain't no telling. My mom was born 1960, so it was like it ain't no telling what type of shit that she grew up and what she experienced from her parents and shit like
Oh,
that.
right.
So it's
And
like I
and you're
can
not going to pass judgment on her either,
you
especially
breaking up.
as you're not going to be the one to pass judgment either. Um, just because you're learning these lessons yourself, and we learn to meet people where they're at.
Yeah, that's true. My only thing is that I can and that goes exactly what I was saying was that I can see why some unintelligent, uninvolved, not unintelligent, but like less people who's not as educated and not as emotionally what is that word?
Mature.
Emotionally that like emotional fortitude or whatever. But I could
Right.
see how people would give up
Evolved.
on people like my mother because they was like on the outside looking in. If you don't understand psychology and sociology and stuff, they was seem like a lost cause, and nobody's a lost cause. It's
That's true.
you just got to learn how to be able to deliver a message, and if you're going to take on the fight of helping that person be better, then you got to be ready to take on that fight. And a lot of people is barely holding on to sanity themselves. So how can you try to help somebody else when you barely holding on to balance? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because
You
like my
know,
mother, go ahead, my bad.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like my mother, she was not really that cool with like her siblings and stuff like that. And I could kind of see why, because my mother, she was really no nonsense, but at the same time, like she didn't have, what can I say? She didn't have the emotional fortitude, and she didn't have the education to support her and her vision. Like my mother was not worldly. She was not really secular. Like she didn't wear makeup. Like she didn't care about name brand stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like so she was already different than the most. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then on top of that, she had her own little stubborn ways as well. We can witness. It gives us a chance to be objective by watching others without judgment or opinion. Holidays are for freewheeling and lounging about. What do you mean freewheeling? Is that the your way of saying like no underwear? Freewheeling? We call that free balling here in the
Free
States.
balling,
We balling. Hey.
man. Hey man, I love your podcast, your show, man. I catch you when I can. Uh, I sit there, I listen to you talk, man. You had a lot of great advice for Nabrisha, man. I really felt like I was sitting through a therapy session myself, man. So hopefully some of your listeners got something out of that. I know I did. Um, and everything you said to me was spot on. And then, just sitting there listening to you, uh, it actually triggered some questions in my own life, like how evolved am I, and
Mhm.
uh, I think that's something that's it's important, self reflection, and you know, she was open and honest. I don't think she looked bad about anything that she said, but there were some things in the shadow that she wasn't confronting. Like I don't know if we just friends, whatever. And I'm not talking about the lady, man, uh, because what was said helped me in my own. Relationships or whatever. I've been celibate almost 2 years now, so um,
Mhm.
I'm definitely looking, but at the same time, I'm not jumping in the sack with nobody.
Mhm.
They're gonna meet certain criteria before we do that. Only because I don't want to give no more energy away to something that's not going to be fruitful either.
Yeah, I know. Like I kept getting a lot. I remember a little while ago, I kept getting a lot of that same energy that you just spoke of in the readings. I kept getting that, and I remembering specifically one thing I was saying was that the criteria is going to be different on how you pick your next one versus some of the things that you've been through in the past. But her is so it's this thing going on in the community where it's like we ashamed, we what how do it go? It's, oh, ashamed of nothing but offended by everything. And she to a certain degree had that mindset to where it was like, I'm gonna be vulnerable, but I don't want to sound stupid or I don't want to
Right,
sound
right.
silly, or and so
But
it's like it's a thin line. What you say?
I was gonna say, how can you be vulnerable if you're gonna be worried about what people think about your vulnerability? You know what I'm saying? It's that
Yeah, and
duality.
yeah, and it's a lot of people who's like I said on that edge again, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, and it's like we gotta balance out what we really want and what we really think and what these words really mean, because whether we know what these words mean or not, we try to use them to a certain capacity, but you know, like not trying to say I'm a genius or nothing like that, but when you talk to somebody who understands psychology, when you talk to somebody who understands sociology and some of the other social sciences, you will be able I'll be able to hear that and kind of pick it apart. And I just hope that she'll be able to catch on and just be more cognizant of the words that she used, because I feel like I don't it's not the fact that I don't feel like she's smart or anything like that. I just feel like there's a lot of information on the internet, and without constructed knowledge that follows a linear path, you can be confused about a lot of things.
Well, one of the things
And
that you were
unless
saying,
you said what?
one of the things that you were saying was about manifesting certain things, like the universe. If we've got conflicting ideas, like, yes, I want a life partner, I want my soulmate, my person,
You're
my.
breaking up really bad. Try to sit still as much as possible if you can.
All right, so um, the universe, it's like we send mixed signals if we're asking the universe for a soulmate or a wife, and then
Hmm.
uh, we hold out for a specific version. You were talking about puzzle pieces, you
Hmm.
know, that wouldn't fit into the picture, because we say we want this, but in actuality, what we want is something that's this but looks like that.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah, no, you on point, man. That's very important. That's very important because like we listen like all the time, especially like people. I don't even like deal with like TikTok and Snapchat, but man, all the time we got these 30-second, 2-minute clips that talk about relationship this and a man is this and a woman is this and stuff like that. And it's like we got to let go of all of these other people's perceptions of what life's
mm-hmm.
supposed to be and figure out who we are and what's important to me. Like
Right.
like if you look at Instagram or whatever, you see people taking trips and you see people with 20 kids and you be like, "Oh, that's sweet. I want that." And then like your reality isn't primed or ready for that. So you try to go out and you try to emulate what you see because it appears to be happy on the outside, but you don't know that the reason why that they're so happy, quote unquote, is because they're moving in their purpose. Like you just gotta mhm. And I was an emulator too, because I never had a sense of self. So I was also an emulator to where I can fit in any environment, but I can also be like a chameleon in that environment. See, it's one thing to be comfortable and to be able to move in and out of environments, but it's another thing to be able to actually to reflect what it is that you're seeing. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better term. And it's like a lot of us is looking for something and we willing to try and fail on all of these experimental things. But the one thing that none of these things tell us to do is look within. And that's very important. Like when I took my self-awareness journey serious, my whole life started to shatter. Like within a year, like when they say like you go through a rebirth process and you shed old people, old places and things, like that shit is true to a certain degree. Like when I was a knuckle dragger, and meaning that when I wasn't conscious and self-aware and stuff like that, life wasn't that great, but it damn sure wasn't that bad either though. And then it's like soon as I started taking life serious, I had to be stripped of everything that I ever owned, everything that I love, etc. But one thing it did was it made me reevaluate my path. It made me reevaluate the things that I like, that I dislike, etc. Like I always tell this story, like man, like back in like 2018, around that time, like my Instagram that I had was so full of these women with these bodies, man. I'm talking about bodies. I'm talking about BBLs and like they just had bodies, man. They had the face, the butt, they was top heavy, whatever. And then one day, like I was meditating or whatever. I woke up one day and I was just like, man, oh, she ugly. I can't believe I follow her. Like I follow a woman just because she got a booty or whatever, but then I
Right.
look at her like, oh well, she sound retarded or whatever the case may be, and I unfollow her. So I started critically looking at all of these women that I was following, and I was like, these women have no substance. Like
Right.
they just keeping me triggered in a lower state. You know what I'm saying? They just contributing to me being promiscuous and not respecting myself, not protecting myself. So that was
That's
one
true.
thing that I had to realize was that like like a lot of people on the internet, they tell you about killing your ego and killing your emotions. No, I don't believe in that. I believe in finding balance within everything.
That's
And
right.
it's like that was one of the things that helped me realize that balance was needed, because I was like, okay, a big booty is nice, right? But why am I so in love with a big booty? Like, what is it? Like, what is
Because
it? And I
it
had to
appeals to your
realize
lower
that it
nature.
was like, you said what?
Because it appeals to your lower nature, like
Yeah.
your sacral chakra, your root chakra, and we get caught up in this physical reality to the point that if we're not careful, we can be swept away by it. And that's, dude, 95, 98, 99% of the public is walking through life unconscious. Even the ones that claim to be woke, they can't see themselves. Um,
Mhm.
I know I have a hard time seeing myself objectively. Um, but then I meditate, and I take a step back, and I look at myself, and sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can't.
But it's the effort that count, and that's why I titled the live 1%, because I always try to find different ways, different things, because the cars is gonna be the cars no matter what. They are what they are. But the thing is that I like to be able to deliver a message even without you knowing that I'm delivering a message. So that's why I had the theme of 1%, right? Because it's a book called Cyclomancy. They talk about being 1% better. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody never seen that book, it's
Psychomancy.
CYLCOLMANCY. I think that's how you spell it, cyclomancy. But they talk about being 1% better. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I was saying in the other live, like, man, a lot of us, some days we don't want to do nothing. Sometimes we don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes we don't want to do nothing at all. But those are the moments where we gotta at least get 1% better.
Right,
Like
right,
1% can be the standard, 1% can be the average. Like that can be the bare minimum on your worst day is 1%.
right, right,
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we adopt that bare minimum of 1% on the worst day, then we'll really, truly, truly make some progress. But it's up to the individual. It's who am I? What am I? Where am I? How am I? And you know what I'm saying? And what am I? Where am I going? What do I want? You know what I'm saying? What will truly make me happy? I know a lot of women who kind of shrink themselves because of the pool of men is so small. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, you got to be able to stand on them principles. You got to be able to know who you are and stick to that, because the moment you stick to that, the moment you're going to find somebody that's going to be able to stick with you through it.
right. Well, that's where I'm at now, man. There's lots of women here in Charlotte, man, and you know, I just haven't, dude. I always go back to uh, the same body style, and they all look the same, man. Same same size, tattoos, etc. Um, and I'm starting to expand, but I can't help what I'm attracted to, right? So that's been a big thing in me being celibate, is I'm not just going to jump into bed with a girl because she's skinny and got tattoos. Like, um, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really trying to find more substance to that, but unfortunately,
Mhm.
it's been hard to get past those lower vibrational desires in order to meet someone. So um, instinctively, I will pursue a girl that looks a certain way. And here lately, man, like the past couple of years, when I find her, then we go to the next level. Like, all right, is she intelligent? Does she have a good sense of family or spirituality? And I'm quickly met with no. So for me, you know, that analogy you made about the puzzle piece, you know, I'm starting to realize that the puzzle piece I'm looking for, it's going to look different, but maybe be what I want it to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think that's very keen. That's a very keen observation because there's nothing wrong with liking what you like. But my question is that a lot of times, and then like say for example, like you said, you if I heard you correctly, right? You said you like petite women with tattoos, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So my thing is that w- for example, a lot of times when I tell people is that the physical thing is fine, but where are you meeting these people at? That's the key because like say for example, you brought up spirituality, so I always use the example of a bookstore, right? Or I say like if you're an intellectual, then don't be looking for a mate at the bar, right?
right, right.
If you are avid reader, then won't you spend more time at a library and then
Yeah,
see what
good
comes
point.
into a library? You get what I'm saying? So it's just like and I'm not saying that you meet women, you know what I'm saying, anywhere in specific, but it's like hang out where the spiritual people hang out. You get what I'm saying? Do what the spiritual people do. Like go all in. And I'm not saying that you not, but you know, I'm just speaking in general and for anybody who else might be listening, but just fully immerse yourself, right? Because I always say this, where you meant to be and who you meant to be with, either they're on their way or they're already there waiting on you and they getting somebody else out the way for you to fill the void. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's
Yeah,
like
I agree with that.
we just gotta go all in on the path. Like for me, for example, like I can like I mean technically like I don't mind a thicker woman, but I just know like, you know, when I'm 70, I never see a 300-pound 90-year-old. Like I just never see it happen. I don't see 500-pound. I mean, I maybe 500 pounds is a little bit on my class, but either way it go though, like I don't see shut up because I'm trying to be serious.
Nah, I feel you. I'm listening to you,
But
and you're
it's
right.
like I've had thick women, I've had slim women, I had all types of women, and I love women. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is that where's the mind at? Right? Of course, you got to be attracted to what you see, right? When you first say if you in a grocery store and you meet somebody, right? The first thing you know about them is what you see. So of course, the physical attraction is very important. But but like you said, I need something more. I need
Right.
something more, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
You
being
know,
willing to continue to do the work on yourself so you can be able to attract the one that you want and to be able to maintain a relationship once you get them or get her in our case. But
we're
man, it's just so important for that. Go ahead.
talking about the tarot and Nabrisha earlier. She was talking about what all she brought to the table, and it sounds to me like she's literally in the Nine of Pentacles. Like she's got everything lined up. She's self sufficient. You know, I don't know if she's not in the chat any longer, but if she heard this, she's got almost everything lined up for her perfect person to come walking in the door. So, um, you know, I'm not here to give advice, but if she would break away from any of these, from even entertaining someone that's not on her level, and I can't remember what I said about it. I think I said interdependent in the chat, but
Hmm.
she's at the point that like she's about to find her king of pentacles or her emperor or whatever, because if she's doing all these things on her own, she's in her empress energy. And you know, hopefully she finds that. It's funny because she said South Carolina and North Carolina. I pictured I pictured her being an hour south of me. There's a lot of people that commute from South Carolina here to Charlotte to work. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
man, I thought I'd jump
Oh,
on
go
for a
ahead. Go ahead.
second. You're good. I thought I'd jump on for a second, man. You'd said something about the link. If Striker's still in the chat, man, that person's got a lot of good knowledge too, man. I love listening to you and being a part of the Vibe Tribe, man.
For sure, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here, man. Uh, like I said, man, it really the only men be here is me, you, and what's his name, Pharaoh. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's nice to have that brother. You know what? I love women, and women is cool. They make awesome friends, but it's nice to have some brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's just different energy. But
and
man,
they need to see that how you think isn't like solely just your opinion. If they hear from other men and see that this is how quote unquote men think or something like
hmm
that, that's going to help them because, like you said, these 2 minute videos on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that, they only give us a brief synopsis of what a small part of the collective feels. Um,
hmm
so I mean, and ultimately, we're trying to heal our society and ourselves. We're all trying to evolve and grow, and it's easy to get caught up into that cognitive distortion of, oh, all women are this way or all men are that way. When
because
in
it appeals to you emotionally. Go ahead.
right, definitely,
Yeah, and so one thing about her in particular that I think is important for people to know that it's a common thing that the words that she using is contradicting, even to the point to where she say, "I'm an independent woman. I'm a real woman. I don't do this and I don't do that." So it's like she got the money, the cars, the clothes, but now she need companionship. So
right.
undoubtedly, she's a man with titties, and it's like
Okay, okay.
Eh, you know what
You're
I'm
not
saying?
wrong.
Because it's like they you probably know about the history of the feminist movement, right? Where women is fighting for equal rights to be a man. Like they fighting
Basically,
for a gender role. I don't like when people
that may not
get
have been its
yes,
intentions, but that's ultimately what they're doing. They're
they're
converting women into the masculine persona, and then these masculine women want to know why men uh, aren't don't treat them like that. Like,
mhm.
listen, if you make more money than me and we're going out on a date, I'm not necessarily expecting you to buy. Um, but if you don't know your place as a woman, uh, then and that's dude, that sounds so sexist. I shouldn't say it like that, but um, listen, that whole thing has caused women to elevate, and it's emasculated a lot of men. Um, Dude, especially you go back to like single parent homes, where the mother was the breadwinner, so on and so forth. Like, um, dude, our society's in I don't want to say it's in bad shape, but we need more men doing men things and saying, "Hey, this is what men do," and we need more women uh, taking on the traditional role of a woman, saying, "This is what we do." Um,
I think
Without
let me pause you right there real fast and hold that thought. I think what need to happen is the compatibility, right? And so her by her saying I got this and I got that, I got this and I got that. When she meet a man, she's not gonna quit her job, right?
right,
So
what you
the
don't need
thing
to.
is that she need to find somebody who is see a lot of these women have what I call dominant personalities where they like to be in control. They like being able to pay the bills. They like being able to do quote unquote what a man's supposed to do for lack of a better term. So the thing is that they also they take on the role of a quote unquote male, but then they want somebody who is a quote unquote male, like a masculine man. And it's
Right.
like, by you having a dominant personality, but you want a man with a dominant personality, is not going to work.
That's
It's just not
conflicting,
going to
right?
work. So you're going to have to either switch up, or you're going to have to just welcome somebody in your life in which you think that you don't want. Because, like, for example, like, let's just say me doing this full time, right? And then I meet somebody who work in a hospital that do 12-hour shifts, right? Well, we got kids and shit like that. Like, you don't need it. Like, if you working 12 hours 3 4 5 days a week, and then I'm working 8-hour shifts, who gonna have time for the kids? Who gonna do the
Right.
housework? Who gonna go get the tires rotated on a car? Or who is gonna do that stuff? And it's a lot of women that refuse to sit at home. So then you hear them say, "Oh, I ain't taking care of no nigga," or, excuse my English. But you hear them say, "Oh, I ain't taking care of no man." Like old girl was saying earlier, I ain't giving no man no money, right? But
Right.
but literally society has flipped to where the women is getting degrees, the women is making the money, and the men are quote unquote degenerates now. So it's like either you gonna have to flip your own personality and become somebody that you're not, or you're gonna have to loosen up the requirements on what it means to have a mate in your house.
Right.
Uh, I don't know. I ain't mean to
It,
take the
it's
mic from you, but like I don't see people. If you've been trained to be a quote unquote independent woman for the last 30 years of your life, then you're not, unless somebody just come in and make a whole bunch of money, you're not going to just lay down the lifestyle that you created for yourself, because you
right.
invested. You done went to college, you done did all this stuff. You making 50, 60, $70,000 a year. You used to getting your hair and nails done, whatever you want to. You used to mimosas with your girls on Sunday. Like, you need deep into this lifestyle. But then you want somebody to come and take over your life, take over your role that you've been planning your life, but then you don't know how to be the opposite. You want to
Right. How to
become a
submit.
quote unquote feminine woman, but you never ever in your life been a feminine woman. All your life you was trained to not need a man for shit, not want a man for shit. And that's why I focused in on what she was saying, because I'm like, what's your definition of a real woman? And what's this and what's that? Because she, even though even though she wants that, to take on that feminine role, quote unquote, she probably don't know how. And it's because we've been passing this down ever since the 60s and 70s, that shit, basically ever since World War II, when the women took over the factories and stuff, like in the industrial revolution, like, or was it World War One when they took over where the women was working in the industrial revolution, and
Man,
that's when
honestly,
they
I'm not.
came up
I'm
with the
not
thing
sure.
with
You
the
caught
chick
me,
with, huh?
Rosie. Rosie the Riveter.
Yo, man, this Wi-Fi is tripping. Striker, if you still there, I want some steak, shorty. I don't hear Dooley no more. It looked like Dooley was still here. I don't hear him no more. Did you step down, Dooley? Can you hear me now? Am I back? Yo, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me, Dooley? Let me see something. Let me see something. Okay, cool. Yo, 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 man. That's my But yeah, man. But yeah, it's so I don't know if you want to hit the link and come back up. You're more than welcome to if you can. I just dropped it in the chat again. But yeah, it's just and it sounds like she's a very good woman. In particular, she sounds very sweet. She sounds very smart. She sounds very outgoing. She sounds like a great catch. It's just a few small tweakings that's going to have to take place. And oh, okay, my bad. Oh yeah, that Chipotle got you, huh? You no, you yeah, I know what's going on. You better take some Pepto Bismol while you in the bathroom. But yeah, though, man, shout out to her, and I hope that she come back, and or I hope that she hit me up so we can chat one day, because I feel like that young lady got a lot of potential, man. It's just just a few small tweaks, and you know, everybody ain't meant to be perfect, quote unquote. Everybody is not meant to be perfect. I want to hear about it. But Taco Bell, yeah, that he got the Taco Bells. Yeah. Yeah, no, she a great girl, man. Like I said, I hope let me check because maybe she texted me or emailed me or something. I don't know. No, I don't see no text messages. Let me see. I don't see no email. But yeah, though. Yeah, and it's not just her though, man. It's a lot of us. It's a lot of us that go through that same thing, and it's just like I got an idea of what I want. I just don't know how to get what I want. And then once I get it, I don't know how to maintain it. And oftentimes, man, it's just a few small little tweaks here and there. But one thing is that like you said, man, we got to stay away from that internet when it come down to just hearing a whole bunch of people give their opinions. Because oftentimes when they say, well, a real man is this and a real woman is this, those are just opinions. Those not based on facts, right? Because of me as a person, like for example, me, like I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I want to be able to have to do what I want when I want. So so I'll have the freedom to be able to, hopefully one day I'll have the freedom to be able to work for an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, every other day or whenever I want to and make more than enough money to pay all the bills. You get what I'm saying? Like, so if I did have to take on the role of a stay-at-home dad, I'll be able to do so because I got the financial freedom to do so. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of women that work 8 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? 12 hours a day, and a lot of women, to be honest, a lot of women would go crazy if they had to be stay at home mothers. Like if you ever saw the show, what is that called? Desperate Housewives. all them housewives, they all was popping pills and alcoholics, and like it's a lot of these modern day women that would go crazy if they had to sit in the house with their kids all day long. And they had to cook and clean and you know what I'm saying? Man, it's a lot of these women that'll go crazy. I mean the fellas too, but there's a lot of women that'll lose their mind sitting in a house all day, every day. A lot of these people, a lot of these women ain't gonna be able to stop working and quit a job. They wouldn't know what to do. And that's why a lot of women who don't work, they fuck around, man. They be out cheating on their husbands and they be on drugs and they be always at the bar, all types of weird shit, man. Like the shit is scary, man. It's really scary out here for real, man. I'm hungry, man. That's true. Man, and this is why 1% is very important because even if you moving forward at 1% per day, you better than most. Because a lot of people are stuck in they mentally stuck in time and their bodies is getting older. Oh, you gonna turn 50 years old and be in for a rude awakening. Oh, all these 300-pound BB, all these, let me stop saying it like that. But like all these dudes who out here just drinking and smoking, not taking care of their bodies, all these women who think it's cute to be 500 pounds and shit, y'all gonna have a rude awakening one day, man. Oh, I don't need to work out. I get money. It's a lot of dudes with that mentality. Oh, I don't need to work out. I get money. Or I don't need to work out. I kill a nigga. I shoot somebody. I don't need to work out. I ain't gonna be fighting no. All right, you keep on with this mentality that you ain't got to take care of the only gift that you really got. Man, everything on this planet can be taken and given again except for life, except for your body. Unless you got the money, shit. If they transferring mind, transferring consciousness into different bodies, then I need to hurry up and make me a couple million. You know what I'm talking about? But until the end, man, you gotta take care of this body, man. I was abused as a child. Then as an adult, I abused my own body. Man, I'm 34, man. I had bad knee, bad hip, bad pancreas, a bad back, and shit. I might even have a bad kidney. Shit, man. No, it's time to get this shit together, man. I don't want to be taking medicine for the rest of my life. I'm cool on that shit, man. I'm cool. I'm cool on that. I'm gonna speak that into existence every time. But yeah, though, man. Dooley, man, I gotta get you back up here one day. That's what I was saying on the other line, man. We get sold dreams, and that's cool. But now that we know what reality is, we just gotta march forward, man, and we gotta keep fighting the good fight. You just can't be a martyr doing it, man. But yeah, though, man, like I said, man, I love all these beautiful women that coming in and out the chat, but it's nice to have a brother, man. It's nice to have a brother, man. And Pharaoh be doing his thing, and you, Dooley, you be doing your thing. But it's nice when we can come together for sure, man. So, like I said, man, I'd love for you to come on one day and tell your story, man. Cause Pharaoh too, man. Y'all brothers, I feel very, very, very strong energy from y'all, man. I feel very, very strong energy. I really do, man. I really do. And like I said, man, I think it'd be great for you to actually take some time and get to tell your story, man. Cause I tell my stories and I tell my story in bits and pieces. You know what I'm saying? So I get a little bit of therapy. I get a little bit of release here and there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my goal at the end of the day is just to be there for the people, man. And that's all I really want to do. We I went live earlier and then I had another live before this one. And man, we had 2 hours and 47 minutes. So I probably got like 5 hours, 6 hours logged in on because I was live for like an hour and a half before the other one shut down. Maybe I gotta stop saying psychic. I'm a psychic. Maybe I gotta say Jesus bless me or something. I don't know. But I can't believe that my audio went out on that other live. But I'm just rambling on now, man. I'm just rambling on. But at the end of the day, though, man, any last words, Dooley, before we sign off? It said we got 3 people in the chat, but I guess 2 people was peeping times because nobody's saying nothing. It's only Dooley talking. So, shout out to the peeping times in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all. Yeah, shout out to all the peeping times in the chat. Unless y'all in the background sleep or y'all just listening and can't type. And if that's the case, then I take it back. But until I get confirmation, y'all peeping times. Shout out to all the peeping times in the chat. Or the peeping timettes, right? Because it'd be a lot of women in the chat. But yeah, though, man, like I said, I'm gonna leave the floor open for like another minute or so. Maybe I can hit the sound bowl before we get on up out of here. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to be back on tomorrow. At least at least at least in the evening time tomorrow. So I'm gonna hit this sound bowl, man. I got the crown chakra sound bowl. I'm gonna hit this and then I'm gonna bounce out. All right. All right, Jay Dooley, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming up and letting your voice being heard. But like I always say, man, I'm just grateful to be here, right? I've been through so much shit, man. It's been times I ain't know when I was gonna eat, and it's been times where I ain't know where I was gonna sleep. There's been times where I didn't even think that I would be able to be alive today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful that I'm here, man. I'm grateful that I was able to find myself. I was able to gain the confidence to grow into the person that I was supposed to become. Because the person you see today was just a seed that was planted a long time ago. And unfortunately, it's a lot of plants that don't get a chance to bear fruit. And I just hope that I'm able to bear the best fruit that I can bear, man. So with that being said, peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf because I ain't buying it. Peace. It's on fair. It's on Dooley. Love you, bro.